in a safe in your house. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you explained to them that 5,175 was yours and the 380,000 was your brother's. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And the... Correct?
That's correct.
And the 385,000 was the purchase price that had been paid, well, was most of the purchase price that had been paid to your brother for the sale of a truck. 380,000 in cash was paid to your brother. There was an extra 20,000 outstanding. That's correct?
That's correct.
Now, you deal with that explanation in your statement, and you attach a range of annexures. So on page 4, you refer to these annexures of the statement. So you say,
I used to say, if I hear AI one more time, I'm going to lose it. But Monday.com is super easy to use and knows how to do AI right. My team quit going through endless documents ourselves. Monday Sidekick handles that now, pulling the crucial info and then prioritizing based on whatever we need. So stuff that takes my team hours is now done before they even open their laptop. I use it for insights and action suggestions constantly, especially on those back-to-back meeting days. All these AI features are built directly into Monday.com and actually use our real data. With Monday.com, AI isn't some over-promising future. It's here. It just works. Like, actually saves us time and resources kind of work.
Monday Sidekick. AI you'll love to use. Start a free trial today at Monday.com.
Here's what could happen if you don't have a will. 1. Your estate is distributed by South African law, not your wishes. 2. An outdated will could leave your partner or children with nothing. 3. Ugly family feuds could tear loved ones apart. 4. Without a professional executor, your estate could take years to finalize under government control. 5. And the scariest? Your children's inheritance could go to the government guardian's fund. Don't let this happen to your family. And the best part? Learn how to pay zero executor fees and eliminate estate taxes, leaving more money in your family's hands where it belongs. Click Apply Now to claim your free will, expertly drafted by the leaders who handle 8,000 to 9,000 wills every month. It's quick, it's free, and you'll receive it in just 48 hours.
proof of purchase truck avert is attached as Annexure B. Photos of the truck sold are attached as Annexure D. Affidavit of the purchaser confirming the same is attached as Annexure E. Sale agreement between seller and purchaser is attached as Annexure F. So if we go to Annexure B, it is an affidavit from your brother, who your brother Becky, whose full names are Abednego Bongani.
That's correct.
And he indicates that he's the owner of Ngape Share Construction and Projects, and he runs that business. And he sold his truck, and he gives the registration number. He says, I previously sold my truck to Whitman with registration, and he gives the registration number to Mr. Ngwato on behalf of the above-mentioned entity, to wit Ngapeshia, for an amount of 380,000, as it was 6 years old in my possession, with intent to deposit a new truck to run the company in personal errands. He says that the previous registration number of the truck was DWJ 906MP. So his affidavit says that he sold the truck for a price of 380,000. Then we see a document that appears on page 15 of the statements bundle.
Page 15.
That's it. And it is called the sale agreement between Abednego Nkosi and Hartling Wato. And it says, I, Abednego Bongani Nkosi, selling my truck, make man TGA 26.480 with registration number, with the amount of 400,000 to Mr. Hartling Wato with the ID. He only paid the sum of 380,000 and promises to pay the balance of 20,000 in no time. Now, that document called the sale agreement is signed by your brother on the 7th of October 2025 and by the purchaser, Mr. Ngwato, on the 19th of December. So that document, certainly not in the form in which it is currently attached to your affidavit, that document couldn't have existed when your affidavit was commissioned, because that affidavit was commissioned on the 16th of December. You see, if you go back to page 4. So on the 16th of December, there couldn't have been a sale agreement that was signed on the 19th of December. Was there any sale agreement in existence on the 16th of December?
No, there was not.
So there was no sale agreement in existence on the 16th of December.
Okay, maybe I did not understood your question clearly.
The sale agreement that you've attached,
I have moved into a more prominent advisory role within my practice, and that is mainly because of joining up with Zero. So Zero has allowed me to step away and say, process can go on, I can move away and spend more time with my family. If we keep up to the developments within the industry, we should be able to address any challenges that comes the way of the industry.
as annexure F, if you go down to page 15 of that bundle, you'll see it's a document that's signed by the buyer
Yes.
on the 19th of December. Now, when you sent your affidavit, it didn't have the annexures. The affidavit was signed on the 16th of December. And you'll see on page 4 that the affidavit was signed on the 16th of December. So that document that we see at page 15 couldn't have existed when your affidavit was signed. It only came into existence 3 days later when it was signed on the 19th.
Interpreter?
Sorry?
No, I want the interpreter to interpret.
So, okay, let me start again. If we go to page 15, we see that the buyer's signature is dated 19 December.
Utoku page 50. Umuntu wayethenga i-truck leyo. I-date yakhona ibhalwe nge-19 zaka December.
I-date asayine ngayo.
Isayinwe nge-19 zaka December.
Njalo.
But if we go back up to your affidavit, we see that your affidavit is dated 16 December. That's on page 4.
Mr. Seretsana?
Udwa i-date uma kubhekwa i-date kuleso statements akho noma i-affidavit oyifakile, i-date yakhona ukuthi i-dated i-16 zaka December.
Ngiyayibona?
I see it.
Now, if you look at paragraph 17 of your affidavit, you'll see that the sale agreement that we've just looked at is supposed to be annexure F to your affidavit that you signed on the 16th of December.
Ubheka kule affidavit yakho ku paragraph 17 ya affidavit uthi i-sale agreement leyo fakile ku annexure F.
Akusingale ndlela Mr. Charlton achaza ngakhona.
The last statement.
So if we look at paragraph 17 of your affidavit, which was signed on the 16th of December,
With paragraph 17 ya affidavit we signing nge-16 zaka December uma ubheka kuyo.
it says, the sale agreement between the seller and purchaser is attached as per annexure F.
Kuthiwa isivumelwano sokuthengiselana phakathi komthengisi nomthengi ibhalwe i-date yakhona i-agreement izwe nge-19 zaka December. 17.
No,
Sorry?
please repeat the question.
It says, the sale agreement between seller and purchaser is attached as per annexure F.
Mr. Skelson, I think the problem is there are 5 items there, or 6 items. So Sergeant Nkosi is struggling to find the item you are referring to. It's the second last item in paragraph 17. So that's what you are being referred to.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see it now?
Now I see it.
Yeah.
And now, when we received the affidavit, it didn't have annexures. Should we interpret that, or are you happy to proceed without?
I have it.
You,
I heard you, yes.
you heard me.
Yes.
The annexures came later, after 19 December.
Your response, Sergeant Nkosi?
Okay.
Do you agree? You agree that the annexures came later? The annexures referred to in paragraph 17. Do you agree that they came later? That is later than the affidavit itself?
Yes, I agree, because if I remember getting the letter with that effect, that they are outstanding. But I would not remember exact the dates when I sent them back again.
Now, the annexure F that was ultimately sent to us, the annexure F that we see on page 17, sorry, page 15, page 15.
1.5. Yeah.
Big dreams start small. At GoDaddy, we help you take that first step and every step after. From getting your domain to creating your website, email, and online security, we've got you covered. You don't need to be a tech expert. You just need a starting point. GoDaddy gives you the tools, the expert support, and the push to make it real. Your brand starts here with GoDaddy.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date to keep things on track. I create custom statuses to organize my progress exactly how I want it. I like to add the action items field so AI can show me the next steps. I add my teammates as watchers so they're in the loop. ClickUp makes work easy, from personal projects to running a multi-billion-dollar company. Click the link below to create your workspace for free.
One five. That annexure couldn't have existed when you signed your affidavit on the 16th of December because it was only finalized on the 19th of December.
All right, all right. I guess that's an explanation. Thank you.
Sorry.
Did you ever come upon a receipt of proof of payment of this money from Mr. Ngwatu to your brother?
At that time, my brother only showed me, I think it was a sale agreement or the proof, something like that, that was only signed solely by him that he sold his truck to Mr. Ngwatu and then he signed it, but Mr. Ngwatu and the vice versa did not sign. It was only my brother.
And when you deposed to your statement, why did it not occur to you to request proof that this is money that was paid indeed in relation to the truck? Because you are putting evidence before us to explain the money. And it would seem to me it's a very relevant and important part of your evidence and statement to give us proof. That's why you've given us pictures of the truck. That's why you've given us the agreement. It's because you want to show us that this was money properly received by your brother. And the most obvious for me would have been a receipt, even if it's a handwritten receipt, that shows that your brother received this amount from Mr. Ngwatu.
According to my understanding then, it was this one of annexure 15, if I'm not mistaken, Commissioners. That my brother told me that they had an agreement with Mr. Ngwatu.
Okay. So you didn't ask him for a receipt?
No.
You just got this? Thank you.
Just a point of clarification. You'll recall that over the weekend, you, through Mr. Ngwatu, attempted to complain about language that I had used when I questioned you on Friday to avoid something, but in the end, I was made to understand that you accepted that you were mistaken and that I had not said the things that you were attributing to me through Mr. Ngwatu. Just to avoid something similar, I am not at all suggesting that Mr. Ngwatu was involved in money laundering. I'm just asking you whether the fact of being paid in cash would not have raised alarm bells that, hey, is this not possibly the money laundering? I'm not saying Mr. Ngwatu is involved in money laundering, just to make sure I don't get something similar to what I got over.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. Sergeant Nkosi, do you remember early this morning you were asked about your handwritten statement?
Yes, I correct.
The one on 1335. And you were asked how that statement came about. Do you remember that?
That's correct.
And you explained that the statement came about as a result of the raid on the 8th of October 2024. Do you remember that?
That's correct.
Yes. Can you just explain to us why you did not mention this transaction in that handwritten statement? This transaction about the truck and the 380,000. Why is it not mentioned in that handwritten statement?
Okay. I think the reason that this money was not mentioned is because of by the time I was writing or finishing the statement, it was never mentioned to me that they're going to confiscate that money.
It was not mentioned to you that day?
It was not clearer if they're going to confiscate the money or not. That is the reason I did not.
And what was the money confiscated on the same day?
Yes, that's correct.
Why did you not make a statement subsequent to the confiscation? Why did you not make a further statement explaining the source of those funds?
Okay, the reason that I did not write down is because of as I was verbally explaining to the officers who came to my house, they seemed not adamant to confiscate the money. So I thought that no, let me just leave it because of the money will be left in my.
No, my question is different. You say the money was confiscated. So my question is, after it was confiscated, why did you not make a statement explaining the source of the money and how it came to be in your possession?
No, already I was finished to write this statement.
No, I understand that. After the money was taken, or maybe 2 days after, or 3 days after, or 5 days after, why did you not give a statement to the police explaining the source of those funds and how they came into your possession? Why do you wait until you are asked by the commission in December 2024? The period between October and December is a long period. Why at any stage between the 8th of October 2024 and, is it 2025, and December 16, 2025, when you deposed to an affidavit for the commission, why did you not explain the source of those funds?
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. The reason that I did not explain at that particular time, I was waiting for the people who confiscated such money to come and make a follow-up on of where did I took that money, as I've verbally explained to them. So that was when I was going to.
So you did not have interest in getting your brother's money back?
You can ask them, I was phoning each and every day looking for that money.
But you never explained to them that the money was legitimately in your possession and it's not proceeds of crime?
I did.
And then, do you accept that nowhere in any of the annexures you provided to us does anybody say that cash exchanged hands between Mr. Ngwato and your brother? In other words, there was no EFT transaction or there was no payment in another form. Nobody in any of these documents is saying that the purchase price was paid in hard cash. Do you accept that? I mean, if you read Mr. Ngwato's statement, nowhere does he say he gave your brother cash. Do you see that?
But let me just go back a bit in the statement maybe to check with my brother's statement.
Let's start with Mr. Ngwato's one on page 13. At paragraph 4. What he does is he mentions the sale price, but he does not say, I gave Abednego cash. Do you see that?
Yes, but in my brother's statement, annexure B, page 7, it states that he gave me cash.
Where does he say that?
Paragraph 5.
You've come to the most dangerous planet to hunt an apex predator that can't be killed. You might not be alone in this hunt.
Looking for a great car insurance deal? Look no further. For quality cover and affordable premiums, get a quote and see how little you could pay.
He says I handed the purchase money I've to my elder brother.
Yes.
But that's a different point. He doesn't say Mr. Ngwato gave him cash.
But the issue here, Chair, not sorry, I mentioned Chair by mistake. Honorable, is that cash was handed to me.
No, that's
according
a
to
different
my
issue.
understanding.
Listen to me. Your brother does not say Mr. Ngwato gave him cash. Do you accept that?
But he talks about money, Council.
Mr. Sergeant Nkosi, if there are three people involved in a transaction, I can withdraw money from an ATM or I can go inside a bank and withdraw money. It doesn't mean I obtain that money from somebody else. So my point is that although he says he gave you purchased money, he does not say Mr. Ngwato gave him cash. That's my point.
But still on that note, even if he does not state that he gave him cash, but here he mentioned cash. So it does not necessarily that Mr. Ngwato did not give him cash.
I'm not sure you're understanding me. Let's leave it there. Now let's go to page 1, your affidavit. Maybe on page 3, it starts on page 1. But the part where you deal with this is on page 3, paragraph 15. You also do not say in that paragraph that you were given physical cash, which you stored in your car or in your house. You simply say, I aver further that the averred money was accumulated from the truck my brother sold, and that he was intending to purchase another truck for his company.
Sorry, Commissioner, is paragraph what?
Paragraph 15 on page 3 of the same bundle.
Okay.
Do you see that from line 4? All you say is that I aver further that the above money was accumulated from the truck my brother sold, and that he was intending to purchase another truck for his company. Do you see that?
That's correct.
So you don't say when, as in the date when you were given cash, how it came to you, what you did with it, how it came about that it was in your possession. You just say in passing that these are proceeds of a sale of a truck, my brother wanted to buy another truck. That's really all you say. And in circumstances where you are called before a commission of inquiry to explain the source of such a large sum of money in your possession, this is not satisfactory. And I'm going to use stronger language than the one used by Advocate Chaskalson, that it appears to me that this is a contrived transaction put together to hide something even bigger than what we are looking at. Do you want to comment on that? And I think maybe to be fair to you, the interpreter must, I can't think of a simpler word than contrived. It's made up. It's a fictitious transaction. Do you want to comment? That it appears to me that this is a made-up sale transaction. It doesn't look like a real sale transaction to me.
No,
I'm not stating it as a fact, to be fair to you, just so that we are clear. I'm putting a proposition to you which you have the right to either dispute or to confirm.
No, I dispute what the commissioner is saying.
To you, this is a valid transaction.
A valid transaction.
And do you know if the truck was delivered to Mr. Ngwato? Do you know if a truck ever exchanged hands?
I would not know, but I think so.
Why would you not know if your brother sold a truck to Mr. Ngwato? Why would you not know whether he has delivered it to Mr. Ngwato or not? Have you seen the truck in your brother's possession after the sale?
What I know, after Mr. Ngoto paid the money, he did not take the cash.
He
did not take the truck.
So the truck
immediately.
remained in your brother's possession?
At that time, I don't know now. But at that time, Mr. Ngoto did not.
At the time that you deposed to the affidavit, where was the truck?
It was still with my brother, if
It
I'm
was
not
still with
mistaken.
your brother?
Yes.
So do you see why, from where I'm sitting, it looks like this is a made-up transaction? Because if you are selling a truck to somebody, one of the ways of proving that you have sold the truck is you deliver it to the purchaser. How is it that the truck was not delivered to the purchaser if this is a genuine sale transaction?
I'm not saying by the time I deposited the statement, the truck was still in my brother.
No, but that's what you said when I asked you, Sergeant Nkosi.
Okay. What I'm saying, maybe is that maybe I'm quick to answer, or maybe I'm misunderstood by the commission. It can be like that. I'm saying by the time Mr. Ngwatu paid for the truck, he did not take it immediately.
When did he take it?
I would not know. I don't know.
So on the 16th of December, when you deposed to your affidavit, was the truck still with your brother?
It was with Mr. Ngwatu. I believe so. He will.
No,
my
you
brother
don't
will
know.
be.
If you're not sure, you must say you're not sure. But
I'm
you
not
can't
sure.
say I believe so.
I'm not sure.
Where was the truck on the 16th of December, 2025?
Parmalat Protein Plus with 20 grams of added protein. The taste that fuels your feel good.
You may recall that last week, Monday, I asked you about Natasha SABC, who gave you a phone number for Mr. Kawula. And I put it to you that you had paid for the information, paid money for the information. You initially said no, and then I invited you to go back and look at your WhatsApps with Natasha SABC and to check. Can I take you to to page 443 of the annexure bundle? That will be file, I think it's 4 of 4 of the originals.
Page?
443. And if you go down towards the bottom of the page, you'll see that on the 6th of November 2024, you sent 500 rands in cash with the reference "miss you." You see it?
That's correct.
Can you confirm that that 500 rands was sent to Natasha SABC? And maybe to assist you, can I ask, did you go back and look at your chats with Natasha SABC? Because if you did, you'd find the reference to that payment on the same day, the 6th of November 2024.
Sorry, Sergeant Nkosi, I did not hear. Did you say you do see the transaction or not?
Yes, I see the 500 here.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
Can you confirm that that was a payment to Natasha SABC?
Here in my account, it does not show. Maybe if I can see the.
Did you go back to your chats because you said you would. I sort of invited you to go back to the chats and check. I mean, I can get the chats circulated to the commission. I can take you through the chats and show you if you would like.
No, it's fine.
So you will confirm that that was the payment to Natasha SABC?
Okay. Firstly, I would like to rectify the statement that I said I did not pay Natasha. I said I don't quite remember.
I think the record says something else, but let's go forward, not backwards.
Yes.
So what do you say now? Did you make the payment?
No, if I think so.
Do you want to see the chats? I mean, I don't know if you have gone back to the chats.
How's biz, Ash? Great, especially with the help of Xero accounting software. I can keep my cash flow flowing by giving customers more ways to pay.
Yeah! Search Xero with an X!
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. You have lost vital electrolytes. Reach for Rehydrate. It delivers the right balance of electrolytes your body needs. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.
Are you happy to confirm that that was a payment made to Natasha SABC? I mean, if we're going to go through the chats, we'll have to paginate them, give them a number, and I'm not sure if it's necessary. All I want to establish is that this was a payment to Natasha SABC for that information about the phone number of Musakaula.
Please look at 1345 of the document that has just been given to you in chat 6.
Yes, I see chat 6, Commissioner.
And respond to Advocate Chaskalson's question.
I mean, if we are going to look at the chats, can I take you through where they begin?
Okay, no.
No, or do you want to be taken through the chats?
No.
I thought I was giving you a way out, Sergeant Nkosi.
Yes, no, I did.
If you don't accept my offer, Advocate Charles Kelson will take you through all the chats.
Yes.
What's your response now? Looking at what appears at page 1345, do you now accept that you did pay Ms. Natasha? It just says Natasha SABC presenter here. Do you accept that you paid her 500 rand?
Maybe I can just, I accept.
Yeah. And Sergeant Nkosi, if you look at 1345 and you cross-reference it with the bank statement, the dates correspond. It's 6 November 2024. So if you go back to 443, that line item, you'll see that the date is 6 November 2024. If you go back to 1345, chat number 6, it's 6 November 2024. So why is it so difficult to respond to the question?
It's not that difficult to respond to the question. It's just that this page is new to myself, so I was trying to, digest it nicely.
But now that you have seen it, do you accept that you paid Natasha 500 rand?
No, I accept it.
And do you accept that that 500 was, in your words, at the top of 1344, a token of appreciation for giving you Musa Kawula's number?
I think I was going to be in a better position to answer that if you gave me this before, but I will check it. Maybe we can pack it, then we'll check it, then I'll come back to it, so that when I confirm something that is very accurate.
Had you not offered to go back to your church, though? Or maybe offered is the wrong verb, but had you not said you would go back to your church with Natasha?
Did I say that now?
No,
previously?
at the hearing at some other stage. No?
No.
If I'm mistaken, it will be the first time and I'm not even sure myself, so maybe this time I'll be wrong for the first time.
You know, I'm not avoiding this question. It's just a matter of, sources must be protected. It's a clean chart between the source and the police.
While you're watching this Monday.com ad, Emma clicked the star and Monday Sidekick just planned her entire campaign, scheduled every milestone, and briefed the team. Bring those leads in, Emma. Monday Sidekick, AI you'll love to use. Start a free trial today at Monday.com.
The source and,
Look at 1344, chat 1.
Can I even take you further back? Because it really starts at 1343, chat 6. Chat 5, you give her the number. She gives you the number. Chat 6, she says, not even a thank you, sis. Over the page on 1344, you say, where can I send token of appreciation?
Mr. Chatterson, I don't dispute anything. I don't know if maybe you heard me when I was addressing the commission that why am I avoiding this? Our people must be protected at all costs. So it's on those bases.
Sergeant, can we conclude this for now at least by you admitting or accepting that the chat 6 at page 1345, it looks like you made a payment, you still want to go and confirm and you'll come back, but you accept that on this chat it looks like you may have made a payment. Just in case you don't come back.
I think Mr. Moto wants to say something.
Yes, Mr. Ngwata.
Sure. Thanks, Commissioner. Just want to remind the Commission that at the time he said he doesn't remember. And Mr. Chaka says, I can also refer you to your charts, and the charts were not made available. So he never at any given point denied. He said, I can't remember. And now the charts have just been made available, and he requested to say maybe he needs to refresh his mind on that.
But even in the face of what has just been drawn to his attention.
Yes, Commissioner, because it says you made a payment for exchange of the information, and it does not state there's a payment for exchange of information.
But let us look at chat number 5 at page 1343. There, Natasha says, I'm sorry for using her first name. She says Musa, and then a number is given. And then that's at what? 6:41:27. And then at 9:10 p.m., after there was no response from Sergeant Nkosi from 6 p.m., she writes, Natasha, not even a thank you, sis. And then there's a call by Sergeant Nkosi, and then a chat at 9:35 p.m., 10:22, still on the same date. And Sergeant Nkosi says, where can I send token of appreciation? This can only refer back to the number that was given to him, and also the reprimand, not even a thank you, sis. That chronology.
No, I see that chronology.
Yes, yes.
All I'm simply saying that he just needs to be given an opportunity to refresh his mind.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, would Sergeant Nkosi still insist on that when there's this clear flow of conversation between them? And that conversation culminates in Sergeant Nkosi eventually saying, hey, Natasha, I have just sent you 500 rand to withdraw the cash from any ABSA. Remember to select cash send withdrawal when you go to withdraw the cash.
Commissioner, I see that. I mean, that's what it looks like, but all I'm simply saying that he has requested to be given a chance to reflect on it. And I'm making a proposition because to the commissioner that may he be given that because there's a serious incrimination in that answer. He needs to reflect on that first.
All right, let me just, thank you. Sergeant, in the light of the flow of the conversation, do you still need time, or do you now accept that you did pay Natasha for the information that is being given Mr. Musa Kaula's number? Or do you still need time to consider whether that's what you paid Natasha for?
I still need time.
You still need time. Yes. Until when? Because we are hoping to finish your testimony today. Until when do you need time?
Maybe tomorrow I'll submit a supplementary affidavit to Mr. Shackleton.
Mr. Shackleton?
Chair, I do want to set the record straight on this, because I'm looking at the transcript. And the transcript reads like this. I asked, did you pay her for this information? Sergeant Nkosi says no. Are you sure about that answer? He says, I'm sure about that answer. I say, why did you hesitate? He says, the way he's asking this gives me doubt on it. Then I say, you see, we've not given you your chats with Natasha SABC, so I'll not put anything to you. But I would invite you to go back and look at your chats with Natasha SABC and see if you did pay her. Sergeant Nkosi asks, what page is that, Commissioner? And I repeat, I don't want to confront you with materials we haven't given you, but I would invite you to look at your chats with Natasha SABC presenter to see if you did pay her for this information or not, and we can maybe go there tomorrow. Now, that was a week ago. So if Sergeant Nkosi didn't go back to his chats, that was his choice. I don't want us to have to come back tomorrow morning just on this issue, which is really a minor issue. But why don't we leave it on the basis that if Sergeant Nkosi disputes it, he can furnish a statement that we will get tomorrow or by the end of the week, and then we can arrange another time.
Especially not in the light of what you have just read, which, by the way, Sergeant Nkosi confirms what I suggested to you. So remember, I had said I've never been wrong with regard to what was said here. So once again, I was not. But you made me doubt myself this time around. So I'm not going to give you any further time. You were given time to look at your chats. You chose not to do so. But I will not stop you if you want to put in an affidavit or a supplementary statement. I will not bar you from doing that. But,
Commissioner,
yes.
I wasn't suggesting any other day. I think a 2 minutes, 5 minutes, then down will suffice. I don't think.
Maybe when the sergeant asks for one of those comfort breaks.
Correct. I wouldn't suggest any other day. I mean, that would be a waste of time. I was just simply saying he just needs to reflect on it and what the possible implications of that.
But the point I will make, and quite firmly, is that he has himself to blame for not having gone back to his chats when that was said so on the previous occasion.
Noted, Commissioner.
Thank you.
You've come to the most dangerous planet to hunt an apex predator that can't be killed. You might not be alone in this hunt.
Parmalat Protein Plus with up to 10 grams of added protein. The taste that fuels your feel-good.
Hello there.